Okay, so before moving to Docker, we'll just see some AWS concepts. Okay, AWS services and how to create resources in manually and also using scripts. Okay, so today we will see load balancing and how to create a load balancer and how it works, everything. Okay.
Okay, Soumya.
Yeah, sure. So, do you guys have any idea about what is load balancer or how it works like that?
Load balancer in the sense like elastic load balancer only, no, Soumya.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a service actually, one of the AWS service that allows the traffic to the EC2 instances.
Yeah, okay.
And
So, mm, mm.
okay, Soumya, that's it.
Sure. Okay, okay. So, it allows traffic and also it distributes the traffic. Okay.
Okay,
So, this is the keyword that you have to mention. Load balancer will distribute the traffic to the particular target groups or particular instances. Not only EC2 instance, we can have load balancer in Docker, clusters, in Kubernetes. So, whatever the resources we have demand to scale, or we have a high demands of high users hitting the browser or high performance, we can use a load balancer to distribute the traffic to all of the instances, not to particularly the one instance or one resource, one cluster or one node. It will just share the traffic to every nodes or every instances. Okay.
okay,
So okay, fine. I just share my screen and let's see some theoretical moves with that.
okay.
So you guys can able to visible the screen, right?
Yeah, Soumya, it is visible.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's a textbook definition. Like load balancing is nothing but it is called elastic load balancing, and also the main thing it distributes to the target services. Not with single target services. There will be multiple target services across multiple availability zones. Okay. So in this case, you just think of EC2 instance. EC2 instance, you have running it on multiple different availability zones. Not with only if you deploy your EC2 instance, you have created your EC2 instance in US East 1A or 1B or 1C. See, in this time, in this sense, you're having three availability zones, which is US East 1A, US East 1B, US East 1C. So you're just deploying your EC2 instances in two availability zones in this case. Okay. So you have distributing the traffic not only to the particular 1A, you can distribute the traffic to 1B also. So whatever the incoming traffics, you can share that with multiple target service. Okay. And also in client view. So think if it's client, if I say client means you can think it of an end user. Okay. So you can think that you're having your manager or someone in the opposite side. You're having your own system. You working on your local system. Okay, client is nothing but your remote or someone else from the end user.
Okay,
So load balancer have to make sure of the high availability. So these are the keywords that you have to mention on your interviews, and you have to well known of what is high availability, what is high scalability, and what is reliability. So these are the terms. I'll just take notes of the AWS terminologies and also DevOps terminologies, and I'll just share that on you soon. Okay. So
okay,
these are you should not say I can use it fully, or it can be fully available. You should not say like that. You should say it's high availability and high scalability. Okay.
okay,
So, main thing is load balancer will distribute your traffic across multiple target groups. Okay, target groups is nothing. I'll just tell that after. For now, it will share the two target groups. After the target groups, it will be sharing the equal demands, equal request. Okay, see, I'll just show it with the diagram. So here you have your application. Okay, so it's on a function time. The users hitting your application is high. So in this case, we can say usually it will be 100 hits only, 100 users only hitting your browser. But in this, particularly today, there is 1,000 users hitting your application, or they're just using your application. Means it is a high demand. It's a high demand, and also your application is holding more threshold to work, right? So in this case, application traffic will be go to global accelerator. So global accelerator is nothing but it enhances the smooth performance and smoothness of the applications working. We can say it like application performance, how it performing, how it's running, is it smooth or not, if it having any issues. Like that, the global accelerator will be the part of your smoothness and working of your application. Okay.
Okay.
So it go through the global accelerator, and then it will just split the 1,000 requests to first 5,000 to first 500 to ALB, and after the 500 requests to second ALB. Okay, in this case we have two load balancers. So if your browser have 1,000 request, means the number one will go here, number two will goes here, number three will be there. So it will equally distributes the traffic.
Okay.
Okay. Manoj, do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So it will equally distributes the traffic to the target group. Target group is nothing but it will just send the request to the particular target group, and the target group will be sending that to server 1 or server 2. So in this case, we are having EC2 instance, clusters, container, and everything. You just think it of EC2 instance. Okay. So here you are having EC2 instance, and inside that EC2 instance, you have your application running. So in this case, you are having two servers with the same application is running in two servers. Okay, so the target group will equally share that to equally share that to the servers, and also your port is running, sorry, your application is running in port 8080. Just think in this way. Okay, or it's running in 3000 port. So the request, it is just giving back is not in a application port. It will be giving by 80 only. 80, which means HTTP only. It will not give that application port for you guys to for the end users to know. It will be showing. See, every request will be doing in HTTPS only. No, so it will just redirect it to the HTTPS only, not the application port. Got it?
Yeah, Soumya.
Is that clear, right? So you're having your application and there is more traffic. The global accelerator is the one. It will be taking care of your applications healthy, or applications high performance, and then it distributing to load balancers. So the load balancers will distribute the traffic to target groups. Okay.
Okay.
Target groups is nothing but it will be forwarding your traffic to the first server. If you have the second, and then if you have the second server, means the second request will forwarding the traffic to second server, and then the application is running in port 3000, but the target group will go and contact with the 3000 the port's number, and then it will get back the request in a 80 HTTPS. Okay, it will get back that and give the end users in a HTTPS only. It's not show you the applications port. Okay, that is what the target group is doing here.
Okay.
Okay, so and also here we have one protocol called always the listener should be 80 and 443 only. So which is nothing but HTTP and HTTPS. In security group, you know that we are just giving the we are just controlling the traffic, right? We are just allowing the traffic. So, and on that case, we are giving, okay, every IP addresses can access this, or anyone can access my application like that. But in this case, in load balancing, the particular security groups that you have to open is HTTP and HTTPS always. Okay.
Okay.
So these are some points that you have to think it of. So if someone calls, what will be the security group? What will be the rules that you're giving to the security group when you create your load balancer? Means you should be aware of that. Okay, I will give only HTTP and HTTPS access to my load balancer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then we'll just move to key components. These are some words that keywords of load balancing. So what is load balancing? What is listener, target group, health checks, and how it works. Okay. So the key components is nothing but if someone says the terminology means you should aware of that. If someone says listener means you will think of that. What is listener? I know load balancer and how it works, but what is listener? What is the target group? What is health checks? So these points you have to be well known on that. So load balancer, that receives the incoming request and gives to the target group, and then it will get back the request and gives to the end user. The main thing is it distributing the traffic equally to the number of servers. If you have more 5 servers, 6 servers, how many servers it has, it will send that it will send the traffic to the healthy servers, not to the what can say, if you have 5 servers, that one server is getting some downtime or any crash happens to that, means it will not send the traffic to that particular server. So on that case only you having this health checks. So your inside your load balancer, your every instances health checks will be monitoring there. Okay, if anything happens to them, means it will give you a signal of, or it will give you alarm like your instance is unhealthy. You just need to check your instance, like that you will be getting alarm, or you will be getting a notification. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Soumya.
okay, so load balancer is nothing but distributing your traffic across multiple availability zones using target groups. And then listener is nothing but you can, I just told you, right, 80 and 443 ports. So which is nothing but HTTP and HTTPS. That is the listener protocols. So your load balancer is listening to the 80 and 443 ports. Okay. So that is called a listener. And then target group is nothing but I just told you, right, it's a service. The main thing you have to keep in your mind is target group is a service, and also it acts as a port forwarding is nothing but see the same thing. The application is in 3000 port, and it's the request is sending back to the end user by port 80. Okay. So this is what target group is doing there, and it's also forwarding the traffic to the particular server also. So this is, yeah, you can think that it can route traffic to the particular service. Okay, this is what target group doing. So health check, I already told you, if anything happens to your instances, or if anything happens to the target instances, which is nothing but the instance you have created and you have mount load balancer to that particular instance. So that is called load balancer. Sorry, so that is called yeah, that is the load balancer have been attached to your EC2 instance, and the health checks will be monitoring through your load balancer. In AWS console, you can see that once you create your availability zone, once you create your load balancer, means it will show you whether your instance is healthy or unhealthy. If it goes unhealthy, means you also get to be notified. Okay.
Yeah, Soumya.
Then yeah, how it works. So like this only it's working. So a client request, it will be there, and it's just going inside the global accelerator. Then it's going to the ALB group, and ALB is nothing but application load balancer. So there is 4 types of application. Okay, application load balancer, network load balancer, classic load balancer, and gateway load balancer. So classic load balancer is no longer usable by the by the users, because it has been retired from August 2022. 1 minute, I'll just check that. Yeah, it just retired on August 15, 2022. So after that, the application load balancer, which is a very famous load balancer, and network load balancer is nothing but it's have high performance and also cost. It will give you high cost also. So gateway load balancer also there. So these three only we are using now. We are not using classic load balancer. Okay. So the current generation we are evolving is application load balancer and network load balancer only. So there are three types of load balancers, and also we are using see your application. If you are running your application and you need some application dependencies or application required features, means you can use that. Or if it is full of networking or it's focused on networking, means you can use the networking load balancer. So this is how you should choose your load balancer wisely. So how it works? Yeah, it will a client will give a request, and then the listener evaluation is nothing but it will it just evaluate that the request is coming from the correct port, or request is coming from the correct user or correct thing. If it is malpractice can be happen, any hack can be happen. In this case, the listener will be it will check the listener rules, and it will be giving that to the giving that request to the application load balancer and then to the target group. Okay. So which it route the request to based on the protocol and port. Okay, it will check whether the protocol is correct and the port is correct. Then it will give you it will send you the request inside your application load balancer. Okay. And then target selection. Target selection is nothing but you have two targets in this case, right? Here you have two target groups, which is nothing but you have multiple servers, so you will be having multiple target groups also. So it will give you, okay, the first request is sent to the first target group, so that second request I will be going to give to the second server. So for the, if you have third server, means it will, the third request will go to the third server. So in this case, after the fourth server will go to the first, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9. So in this case, the request will be equally sharing to the applications. Okay, equally sharing to the load balancer. So this is what the target selection will be doing. So see, it's a round robin. Round robin is nothing but it's like a cycle. So first the first request will go to the first server, then 2, then 3. It will be maintained as per the components of service, which is nothing but you're having first component, first target group, second target group, third target group, means it will be going inside the target group by the equally sharing manner. Okay. So this is what target selection. And then traffic forwarding, target group is taking care of the traffic forwarding, port forwarding to your server or inside your application. And then response delivery is nothing but it's getting back the response from application through target group, and then it's going to the end user. And health checks also, if something happens to your load balancer, means you can go and monitor your healthy or unhealthy target groups and your healthy or unhealthy EC2 instances. So on that thing you can go and look on your console. Okay, under load balances you can just view that whether it is working fine or not. And then types of load balancer. Okay, so particularly what is application load balancer is nothing but as I told, the listener will be 80 and 443, HTTP and HTTPS. So it just route the traffic to the application and get back the results through HTTP and HTTPS port only. So after that, the request will be routed based on URL, headers or cookies, and then it support host based or path based routing. So what is host based or path based routing means? See, if you have your application load balancer and you just say you can just try that with your own application, own laptop also, and the end users also can able to hit your application through the load balancer. So there is two way. and also used for microservices and container based application. So microservices and container based application is nothing but load balancer can be used to EC2 instance also, or it can be used to containers, it can be used to clusters for pod. For it's not dedicatedly for one resource. Okay, it can be done with multiple application based things, which is nothing but your container, your EC2 instance, wherever you're deploying your application. That if you want to scale, if you want to not scaling, you just balancing your load using the distribution and routing to the particular servers means you can use the ALB. Okay, and also if you want to route the traffic to multiple target groups, then ALB will be a good choice for your application. Okay, and then yes, see here you can see that works at layer 7, works at layer 4. I'll just show you that. So this is nothing but OSI layers model. System is not working. So here you can see that the OSI model explained.
Okay.
See, there are 7 layers. Okay. So first is physical layer, data link layer. I will be having one particular class for this OSI model for you. So think of this way. So here what we have works at layer 7. So layer 7 is nothing but your application layer. So if you think of networking models, you can see first thing you have a physical layer. Then you will be having data connection to your server. Okay, and then the network layer, so the network layer will be created after your data link layer. So on behalf of the network layer, they will be creating TCP and UDP protocols. So which is nothing but you can transmit the data using the using this transmission. Okay. So after network layer, you will be having transport layer. After transport layer, this is session layer. Session layer also, we will be having, you will be controlling the ports. So it will be like, you can say what will be the request that incoming to your application or incoming to your instance or something. So you can think of a service also. So whatever the things coming inside that port, so the session layer is the thing which is responsible for that to make clear. So if the port is correct, or if the session, or if that particular user is able to come inside, if they have right access to come in, the session layer will be opening that to the particular user. Okay, so after that you will be having presentation layer. So ensures the data in a usable format, and so it's nothing but data encryption. Okay, so everything session layer, the person is coming inside, and then presentation layer, the data can be encrypted and it is inside the presentation layer. And after the final stage is application layer. So what are the things that is stored in the presentation layer only? So the application layer only you can interact with that layers, and you can access the network services. Okay, so these are the 7 layers. I will explain you guys explain you what is the 7 layers working and how it works. Okay, so for now we just think it the application layer is in the 7th layer, 7th position. Okay, so which is nothing but the last layer. So using that, the HTTP and HTTPS traffic is getting access for us to work. So see, there are multiple layers here, but the application layer is nothing but it passing everything, and you just able to see the final application layer, final application, and you can interact or access that. Okay. So for that you are having this application load balancer. So see, if you have network based things to do, means you can go with NLP. You can go with if you are having you just running your application, means you can go with ALP. So you can choose that. Okay, for which load balancer you want, you can choose that. So yeah, so network load balancer is designed for high performance. So I told you it's high performance and also it's high in cost, and also ultra low latency. So everything is low latency only, but it provides you ultra low latency. So which is you don't have any downtime, and you also don't have any more loading issues or something to your applications. Okay. So ideal for real-time streaming application, like you can have it for big data, or you can have it for a which is highly focused on data, or highly focused on a big application, not like a usual one. You can use the NLP. So it is high performance and also it is high cost also. So classic load balancer is out of scope. We are not using that. And then gateway load balancer is all every load balancer is doing the same work only, but you can just separate this as per the OSI model. Okay, so for layer 3 it's IP based routing. So layer 3 I guess is data link. No, that's second network layer. So if your application is fully focused on networking, or see, it's that is not shared, it is having everything inside that, and the networking should be restricted, means you can use the network load balancer. Also you can use the gateway load balancer also. Yeah, it's suppose auto scaling of security appliances. So nothing but if your instances is running out of demand, it will auto scale your instances also. So there are some features, and you can see that. So application having IPv4 only dual stack. You just have a look on it, and yeah, benefits of AWS balancing is nothing but high availability, high scalability, then performance optimization, which is nothing but which your load balancer is healthy or not, your target groups are working fine or not. So that performance optimization can be done using load balancer. Cost efficiency, you can pay whatever you use. Okay, it's pay as you go model, and you're not see, if you have created the load balancer and I have to give the full cost, means not like that. If how long you use, you can just pay for that period of time. Okay, so it's cost efficiency. And then okay, availability zones, and also load balancer nodes is nothing but your EC2 instance is running in across many availability zones, and you're also creating a target groups to every EC2 instances. So using that, your load balancer will be getting inside that EC2 instance, and it's just make a conversation, and whatever the request coming from the client or client users or end users, it will be redirecting or routing to the application load balancer, and then it's just giving back the request which have been coming, which have been an incoming request. It's just outgoing as a request as a result to the end user. So nothing but this diagram only, you can, if you understand the diagram, means you don't want to worry about the theory parts. You just know what the terms and what the terms explains, like what is listener, what is target groups, what is health checks. So these are the things that you have to be known for that. You don't want to worry about what is so depth into the concept. So that's not important for you guys now. You just have the proper understanding of what is that, how it works, and what is how can we create that. Okay, so these three things, it's important for you. And then yeah, cross zone load balancing also available. Not only so I already told that you can you can distribute your traffic across multiple availability zones. So that is what called cross-zoned load balancing. So these are the terminologies that are available in the culture of DevOps, or in the practice of DevOps. And inside that, we will be using these terminologies instead of saying a simple terms or simple things or another words. Okay. So you can't say that my load balancer is working in different availability zones. You should not say like that. You can, instead of that, you can say it's a cross zone it's a cross zone load balancing, or it's working across multiple AZs, like that you can say. Okay. So monitoring load balancer, yeah, you can check your target group. You can check your EC2 instance through the load balancer also. And if you attach that to the Amazon CloudWatch, means you will be getting the real-time monitoring, and you will be getting the notifications through your email, or you want to get the notification through message. So however you want to be notified, you can do that on your own using Amazon CloudWatch. Okay. So Amazon CloudWatch is nothing but a monitoring service for your application, or for your resources inside you have created in AWS console. So you will be notified if you come to see any threshold demands, or you come to see any hacking or anything, any downtime, or whatever the things happening to your instances or resources. It will be you will be get to notify that. Okay. So yeah, you can get logs and metrics from that. And also there is another two things called AWS X-Ray and AWS firewall also. Okay. So this is nothing but web app firewall. So using these things, these services, you can able to do the same monitoring in a just different features. So CloudWatch is giving you monitoring logs and metrics. So X-Ray will give you a debugging of what happens to that. It's just penetrate through the logs, and it will be say, okay, this is happening to your this is happening to your target group, like that. It will be say some depth of the errors, or some depth of the issue. And then web application firewall is nothing but it protect against web threats. So see, someone is hacking, or something is someone is they don't have correct access, they don't have right access to come inside your application, but they trying to come inside or trying to access your application, means it will be notified for you through alarms or through alerts. Okay. Or yeah, if threshold have been reached its demands, or someone breaching the application, whatever the thing happening, you can monitor that load balancer using these three services. So that's all for today. And you can go to the console. See, just go to search and search for load balancer. You will be having this page. So here itself, you can see the three models one. So sorry, three types only, which is application load balancer, network, and gateway. There is no classic load balancer. Okay. So using three things, you can just create your application. If see, in this case, I'm just going with application load balancer. I just give create, and then just giving some name to my load balancer. And then I see in this scheme I'm giving, so I'm not going to give any internet facing. I'm going to use internal, means you can go with internal. Or if you want to use on outside of the browser, you can use outside of your console, means you can go with internet facing. And then here it's always going to be IPv4 only. If you have some particular features to change, means you have to change to dual stack or this particular features. But IPv4 is a common thing that you have select. Then yeah, networking mapping is nothing but a VPC. Then whatever the availability zones you are going to give. So see, I already told you, you can click, your EC2 instance and your target groups, everything can be cross zone load balancer things you can do, or across multiple AZs. AZ is nothing but availability zones you can create. So that configuration is here, and then the security group, listener and routing. So you guys know what is listener. Listener is always be 80 or 443. Okay. And also here you have to create a target group. So how many servers are there? You have to create a target group and attach the target group to the instance or to the container or to the pod. So like that you have to create a target group first, and you have to attach that. So after that you are adding everything, and see here nothing but if your load balancer want to be notified through alarms or something, you can just click on this and you can configure this also. CloudFront is nothing but whatever the infrastructure, whatever the resources you create inside your AWS infrastructure, that so it will be take care of your resources, and it will be tell, okay, this is what happening to your EC2 instance, this is what happening to your load balancer. Like that it will be give the health check of your resources which have been created inside your AWS console. So CloudWatch is nothing but it will give the logs and things for your application. Okay. So CloudFront is inside your AWS console, and the Cloud Monitor is it will provide inside your AWS console and also the outside of application that you have created. So you can add this two services to get a high performance, high availability, and high security of your monitoring things. So if you want to go for it, you can go, but this is more cost that will be getting. But if you're not considering of cost and you want your application to be well secured, or it should be ensured that it is running in a high performance, high availability, and high reliability, means you can go with this option. Okay. Or you can just give a web application firewall, or you can after that you'll be giving AWS global accelerator. So you can either check this, or you can either or you don't want to click this, means you can just left it also. So why means it is an extra thing that is additionally you're just applying it to your load balancer. Okay, then everything is being created, means you'll be reviewing all your things that you have been configured, and finally you're just creating a load balancer. Okay. So do you guys understand the concept? Any doubts or anything?
Yeah, yeah, I understood.
Okay, Manoj.
No, ma'am. No, I understood.
Okay, okay. So you can ask me a question here. So you told everything will be automated. We will be having everything in a a script based formation, or YAML or JSON, whatever that we are just we are just doing in a script based manner only. Why I should learn this as a manual thing? So you just I'm just showing that you first of all you have to know what are the things, what are the configurations you have inside your load balancers. Okay, so now you know you should name your load balancer, and then you are selecting your scheme. So these are the configurations you are selecting. If you know whatever the things you have to select, whatever the things you have to write on your script, that thing you have to be clear first. So now you know you have these things to be configured. So you can go to your terminal, and you can just create write the code also. So here I just have the code. If your provider is AWS, means this is Terraform script. Okay, so I have to check this Terraform script, so that's why I just keep it in Notepad. So once I check this, and if it's successfully run, means I'll just share this code with you guys. You can just go and how you used to create that S3 file, right? So, like same, you just go and create this script and just try to deploy this. Okay, so I have created the AWS provide. So we are using AWS only, and then the region I have mentioned. So what this block called? So according to our Terraform classes and the scripts I have explained you guys, right? So according to that, what is this block called?
It's a provider block.
Yeah, exactly. It's a provider block. Okay. So you have to be well known of what is provided block, what is variables block, what is output blocks. Like that, you have to be. You have to know the. You have to be. You have to understand the things. Okay. If you're not having anything like mug-up or anything, you have to be kept on your mind. That's not a major thing. That's not priority. Also, you have to understand the scripts, and you also have to know where to change the scripts, where to modify the scripts, how to remove, how to add. So these are the things is very much important in scripts also. If you know how to write it from scratch means it's very good for you guys to um, shine or get to be a skilled person in DevOps culture. Okay, so for now, everyone will be having just copying the code, copying the script, and just testing the script, and they will be using to their requirements. Okay, so I'm giving the provided block, and then I'm just giving the listeners. Here you can see that there's security group I'm mentioning here. Okay, what it allows only HTTP and HTTPS traffic. So here you can see that rules. I'm opening 80 port, and here I'm opening 443 port. Okay, and then what is my egress? Egress is nothing but my outgoing traffic is nothing. So whoever have the right access to come inside my application can have the same access to go inside, go outside also. Okay, so these are the rules I have given to my security group. And then I'm just creating the application load balancer here. The same, I'm giving name. So it's internal false. Internal false means what will be, it's going to have the scheme. It is going to have internet facing. Okay. Then my application load balancer type is for application. If a load balancer type is for networking means you can give here networking or gateway. We have seen the three types of load balancers, right? So that is what I'm mentioning here. Okay, then the security group I'm telling here. Okay, I'm using AWS security group, and the name is LB security group .id. So you can see here the LB security group. Okay, so this is what my security group's name. And then subnets, yeah, I'm giving subnet 1 and subnet 2. So there is two subnets, right? Public subnet and the private subnet. So which particular subnet I want, I will replace the subnet 2 here. And then if you want to delete, deletion protection is nothing but if your application load balancer is deleted means the datas and everything will be there. So it will be asking, okay, if you delete that, mean if you delete your application, but you want that application, sorry, if you want that load balancer for some time, or you just want to have that like a backup or for some time you want that means you can give here. Okay, and then listener type, port 80 and 443 we are just giving, and the sending back request also going to use port 80. And then these are optional. Target group we will be creating using the target group service, and I'm using naming it as app target group, and I'm just configuring the uh, the rules or things I have been configuring here. And then health check here, I'm telling that okay, you can for 30, I'll just say for example, I'll say here for every 30 minutes, for every 30 minutes you just check my target, you just check my application load balancer, and if it meets the threshold 3 means see, I'm having application load balancer, and I'm just giving the rules like okay, for every 30 minutes it has to be passed through the request. Okay, if it's not having the request and it's having unhealthy threshold, if I having more threshold or everything is going high means you just notify me. Okay, threshold is nothing but the demands, the how much we can say how much thing it can be hold, right? So if it is healthy means you just notify me. If it's not healthy means also you should notify me. Okay, and also for every 30 minutes you should take a log, or you should take a health check of my service. Okay, so that is what I'm mentioning here. Then it is the this is for 80, right? So here I am giving it for 443 also. If you want to what to say, create a listener on 443 means you can use this block. If you want to create in 80 means you can use this block. Okay, in our case we will be using 80 only. So we will be using this. Okay, so it's optional here. You don't want to give every configurations, either 80 or either 443. Okay, so you can just give any one of the listener. So that's all from for that for the Terraform script. Also you can simply use the script. Okay, I'll just share the script with you. You just try to change according to your requirements or your thing. Okay, just try to work this on your own. Okay, if you no problem if you don't, if you are unable to create this, or if you are having much error means no problem, we will be going to see this tomorrow also. Okay, I'll share this with you. Yeah, so first of all you just try to create a load balancer. See, my console is getting it's I have to pay the bill right now, so that's why I didn't create it now. But don't worry, tomorrow I'll get another another account from my friends. I'll try to create this. We will create manually, and also using script we will try to create. Okay.
Okay, Soumya.
Okay. For today, theory parts itself, it's high. It's a quite large thing today. So we just try to understand what is the terminologies and what is the key components. What is the main thing that you have to say if you explain the particular thing. So these are the things you have to daily practice after the class. Okay. So the overall thing is load balancer cannot show your private IP to user. Okay, private IP is nothing but your application is running inside your private server, right? But the load balancer will not show that. It will be showing everything in port 80 or 443 only. Okay, is that clear for you?
Yeah, Soumya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you should keep this in mind. Load balancer will never show your private IP to the end user. Second thing, it only shows the load balancer IP if it necessary of or if it's have to if someone have to see the IP means they will be only able to see the application load balancers IP only. They can't able to penetrate on your particular application port or particular IP address, so that the hacking things uh, or somewhat bad will be happen to your application, right? So application load balancer will not do that. The third thing, always it will be listening to port 80 or 443 only. You can see app results through 80 or 443. Okay.
Okay.
So if somebody hacks, load balancer only reacts. Uh, what to say? It only reacts, and no one can go inside a private IP or a private server, because the application load balancer is showing its own IP address to the end user, or the 80 or 443 port only they can able to access. Okay, you can think in this way. So any person can access your application, right? If you think of Flipkart or Amazon means anyone can access, so anything can happen to the application. In that sense, you're just restricting that nobody can access access the exact port which your application is running, or the exact server which is where your application is running. Okay. And also AWS will always secure your IP address with the will block that no hackers are come inside your IP address. Okay, so using AWS is nothing but we are using the full features and full services that are providing by AWS. If you're doing it on your on premises or any of your own virtual machines means, you will definitely going to end by the hacking something, or your data will be get penetrated, or anything that might happen to your application. But using AWS, it's extra layer of security for your application. Okay.
Okay.
And also if load balancer downs, another load balancer will automatically runs. So there is nothing like if one thing is runs and it will be going to be shut down wholly. Not like that. If one thing runs, you will be get to be notified that, and also the traffic will be routing to the healthy target groups. Okay, so there is nothing will shut down there. So these are the important points that you have to remember. Okay, I think that's all for today. Okay, you just go through the PPT and just try to know what is the listener, what is the thing and everything. Okay.
Yes, Soumya.
Yeah, sure. Any doubts, Manoj? Any doubts, Sabita?
No, no, Soumya.
Okay.